Good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. R. Vanikambani, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering. I'm going to take App Development CCS332 for Regulation 2021. Today's topic, we are going to see native web app and benefits of native app and drawbacks of native app. Native web app, it refers to software program specifically written and created to work on platform and devices when it can be pre-installable, downloaded, configured, and updated to latest version via an app marketplace. A native application that lives on devices can be accessed through a home screen icon. It alerts the user of notification and it is capable of functioning of offline mode as well. Now we can move on to the benefits of native app. It can have the following benefits: security and reliability, optimal performance, access to all built-in device hardware features, improved user experience, increased scalability, fewer bugs, instant updating, works in offline mode. I can see one by one. Security and reliability. A native application is likely to have lesser platform-specific vulnerability than hybrid application that depends highly on browser security system. It robustly protected against misuse due to multiple layers of operating system security. A native app undergoes security inspection on every one of these layers and through each system on version upgrade. Optimal performance. A native apps encounter fewer bugs, operating faster and most efficiency than with the alternative apps. A native apps application is generally favorability, responsible, and dependable. This ensures user satisfaction. Also, because they encounter fewer bugs, users find themselves from worrying over the app shutting down during the usage. They even have commendable offline performance after installation and during online operation. A native app maximizes its browser caching the attributes, enabling the availability in offline mode derived from its cached resources. Access to built-in device hardware features. Since a native app application has higher compatibility with the specified platforms, its user can configure direct integration with the gadget's hardware like microphone and camera. Advanced customized optimization. Native app have full access to operating system and device features, which has highly customized. Developer does not have limitation that can access all part of hardware that help create the unique user interface and user experience. For example, they can utilize microphone function for sound effects and a camera for filters. Increased scalability. Native app offer increased scalability that can easily handle an increase in the number of users and the amount of data being processed without sacrificing performance. This because native app efficiently use the hardware or given platform with a minimum risk of crashing in case of extreme traffic increase. Native app can also be updated and improved over time to meet the changing needs of growing the user base. Fewer bugs. Native apps designed for specific operating systems such as iOS and Android, and they use programming language, and software development tools optimizing for that platform. Compared to the web app, which are designed to run multiple platforms and may have compatible users and easy use. Native app result in fewer bugs and errors, providing a more stable and reliable user experience and leading to the higher user satisfaction and retention. Instant updating. Android and iOS frequently release updates. Developer must instantly implement them into the apps to preserve satisfying the user experience. This struggles does not affect the native apps because they have instant updates. Works in offline mode, unlike cross-platforms apps. Native app will work even when the internet is unavailable. For example, you are driving and internet is not stable in a road. When built using the native app development approaches, this app will run even though there is no stable connection. Drawbacks of native app. Cost-wise, we can have the drawbacks on that. There is the overall cost involved in the development and maintenance of native app is considerably higher. This is due to the fact that there are separate versions of the same application. Even significant amount is needed to maintain the app, but still native apps are cost effective in the long run. Development side means developing a native app is a difficult process since separate developers are needed for each platform. For example, different developer must be hired to develop Android and iOS version for the same application. Moreover, it is not easiest task to develop the native app. It is incomplete with the tough challenges. Time consumers. Since native apps are developed for multiple platforms, it requires more time. Native apps most require significant amounts of time for making compared to the other counterparts. Developers of native app have to take time to write support for specific OS. Updates. Developers offers comes under the new updates in native apps for various version reasons. Then most often fixing the bugs and glitch. Hence the necessary updates needs to be implemented in App Store so that the user will be able to download them. Now the problem comes if the user is not aware of such updates or skipping them to save the storage spaces. Download requirement. Prior to using a native app, it must be downloaded from either App Store or Play Store. There are several processes involved in downloading a native app. They must find the app, go through the terms and conditions, and they then go with the downloaded process. Sometimes the downloader process can be lengthy, that the user won't have the patience. Frequently updates and too much storage requirement. While regular introduction of newer version and upgrades is necessary to fix the bugs and rectify the error and malfunction, it can be tedious and troublesome for the end user. On top of the updates, these updates also take up a sizable amount of devices storage. And then monetization of the native application. Native app developer can charge for each and every download. The payment process will go through the App Store or shop, which will take the percentage of fees. Thank you.